Hello to all you lovely, wonderful faces out there. Welcome back to the Genus Brewing channel. Today, I am personally going to walk through any newbies that are listening to, probably watching us maybe even for the first time, through the process of how to make a partial mash beer. Right now, first of all, we got about 5 pounds of grain, which we're going to crush up a little later. But let's go through the steps. We're going to make this super simple and just step by step walk you through everything you need to know to partial mash. Step 1, we're going to go get about 2.5 gallons of water, and we're going to start heating it up on this here induction burner.
Do I need to go get water?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's thinking.
Alright, I got some water. Oh, okay.
So we got about 2.5 gallons of water here on our burner, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat this up to about 155 degrees before we mash in our approximately 5.8 pounds of grain that we have. So we'll just go ahead and get this heated up. I can't really read, can you get that? And now we wait. So now we got our water heating up. It's almost at that 155 degrees we were telling you about. Next step is we're gonna go get our grains and get them milled up and ready to mash in.
We got 2.5 pounds of Heidelberg, which is a super light Pilsner malt. I've got 2.5 pounds of a white wheat. I've got 6 ounces of acidulated malt. That's gonna help soften this beer because I decided that we are going to be brewing a Hefe style beer today.
Dude.
And 6 ounces of flaked wheat to give it a little bit of body.
For those of you further interested in looking at this recipe, it's in front of our face and in the link down below. So now that we've got our grains all weighed out, we just gotta go mill them up.
All right, let's go do that.
Let's go. Yep, let's do that.
Green bag. All right, so we got our grains here, and I've got a typical nylon bag right here. I'm just gonna load them up in the bag, and we're gonna steep them just like we would something in an extract batch, but this is gonna be, what is it, 6 and, well, almost 7 pounds of grains instead of usually only 1 or 2.
So the next step, step 3, step 4, what step are we on? Is steeping the grains. You might wanna do it over the kettle. Laboring so hard here. Now that we've got the grains in the water, we've got to stir it up and get ready to mash in. You're a little bit in my way.
All right, I think that's pretty well stirred up. Tie this off so don't need grains here. Also gonna turn this guy off as well so we don't melt our bag to the bottom of the kettle. And we're gonna let this rest for about 60 minutes now, go through what's called a mash rest. This is now at right around 150 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yep, so the next step I guess is just crack a beer and wait.
Can I have a beer?
Yeah, I think I got something.
Thanks.
All right, this has been going for about 30 minutes now. It's well mashed, all converted, and so the next set of steps, I guess, is to take this bag out and let it drain into a food-safe bucket or container.
Which I happen to have right here.
And then at the same time, we're gonna bring this up to a boil, and once this is all drained out, we'll pour that liquid back in, and then we'll get going with our malt extracts and our hops.
Yeah. Oh, I have to do this too, okay.
Yeah, the bag thing, yeah.
Minor spillages to be expected.
We got liquid malt in this recipe, so the next step is actually to take this off of the heat. Well, because we got stuff to drain back into it from the, remember the bag? Remember the bag we put the thing? That's got some stuff in it.
Got some stuff.
We're gonna drain that back in there, but we're gonna pull this off the heat because this stuff sinks, and then we're gonna put this, then we're gonna put that in there.
Oh.
For all of you out there that says brewing's hard, I don't get it.
Stir it.
I'm helping make beer, cause that's what I do.
It also really helps if you heat up this liquid malt extract before you add it in. As you can see right now, it's really syrupy. If you can put this in a bath of hot water to begin with, it makes a huge difference when it comes to adding it to your hot wort.
We'll show you a trick in just a second where what we're going to actually do is we're going to take the hot soaked water that we have over there and use that to dissolve the rest of this stuff. That's good. It's actually really important that you get all this liquid malt completely dissolved before you put this back on the heat, or else you'll get scorched flavor. Basically, this liquid malt burning to the bottom of the kettle.
Oh, that's even warm.
All right, we're up at a boil now. We'll stir in the rest of this liquid malt extract that we've been dissolving in some hot water.
Got a ½ ounce of mosaic hops. I'm just gonna dump these in right now. This is gonna be our bittering edition. We're gonna boil these for an hour. Give us somewhere along the lines of 15 IBUs, right?
Yep.
And Hefeweizens are typically low bitterness, so we're gonna stay along that. And then I'm gonna throw in 3/4 ounce of Mount Hood, which is similar to like Lammet and also Hallertau, kind of somewhere in between those two. And that's gonna give us our flavoring.
Yeah, so this is, you already said that's our bittering edition, that's our 60-minute edition, so we'll throw that in at what time?
15, call it.
15 minutes for the end of the boil. Again, recipe posted down below. So now we just got some more time to wait.
Alrighty, now we...
Now,
Really?
So now we got about 15
Really?
minutes until the end of the boil. So we're gonna add our second hop addition.
Some Mount Hood.
Some Mount Hood.
Bam!
Throw that in there. And give it another 15 minutes, and then we get into the cooling and pitching yeast part, which is when the beer starts to happen. All right, so we're at the last 15 minutes of the boil is done, and now all we've got to do is we've got to chill this down and put it into a fermenter and pitch our yeast. Someone's super lazy and didn't even sanitize the fermenter.
But it's okay, because I got a bag.
So we're gonna just use a Genus fermenter bag, which comes sanitary. We'll show you how that's done in just a second. And we gotta cool this down. So we have water that we pre-chilled that we're gonna dilute this down with, and then we're gonna add it to the bag. We're gonna pitch our yeast, and then that's the end of the brew day. Then we just gotta wait for yeast to do its magical magic, and things will happen. So we just gotta go get water. We just gotta go get water to chill this down with.
Way to go.
That's not the water we wanted. What do you think, we're drunk or something? Yeah. In conclusion, so this has been pre-chilling outside, so it's nice and cold. We're gonna use that to actually cool off our wort. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tickle the outside of this until it turns off. Start by adding some water to that. We're gonna add some water to that. We get a little water up in there. I'm gonna put a little water in the kettle.
This is more like it.
Alright, so that's about as full as our 5-gallon kettle can get us. We'll top off the rest of it after we get that beer into here. We'll get it up to about 5.5 gallons so that we end up with a full 5 gallons at the end of brew day. Ah! So that coming. Top it off to 5 gallons. So it's still not quite all the way down at room temperature, so we're gonna let this cool down. A good way to speed this process along would be to put it into an ice bath or something like that. We're trying to get out of here, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna seal this up and wait until tomorrow to add our yeast. We're gonna add a nice Bavarian Hefeweizen yeast as per the recipe in the description below, and then in... That's my wife. In 2 to 3 weeks, this will be beer. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the tasting of this video. We'll see you next time on Genus Brewing.
That's the thing.
Genus. Hey, we put swag up on our e-store. You guys should check that out.
Definitely.
It's there. Let me upgrade you. Look, world, this is us.
Honey, I can't answer. My hands all covered in stuff. That's my wife.
You want to cook? I'm not answering it.
Genus Brewing, this is Reese. How can I help?
We're done. I'm coming like now.